So you're absolutely correct. Your first 100 hours of learning the code are going to feel practically impossible. You feel lost and like everyone else is smarter than you, and you'll probably start to have doubt to the point that you're feeling like you're not even cut out to do this. But here's the truth. Every developer at some point in this journey has felt that exact same way. And in today's video, I'm going to explain why those first 100 hours feel so hard and how you can push through them so you don't quit before things start to click and the real magic happens. As with anything, learning the code is a brand new skill. It's almost like learning a foreign language. At first, everything is going to be confusing. You have weird syntax errors, have to pick up on different terms that you may not be familiar with, such as loops, functions, etc. And then the gap between what you want to build and what you actually can build is like night and day almost. You'll spend more time Googling errors than actually writing code, and that's normal, to be honest with you. That's not necessarily a sign that you're bad at coding. You're just in the messy beginner stage that we've all have gone through, and that eventually you'll find yourself working through as you spend more time writing code. So now you're wondering, what should you expect? In your first 20 hours, you're going to mostly be confused, installing a bunch of tools. And if you're like me, you're going to install React globally, installing things like VS Code for the first time, and just a lot of different things that you may not be familiar with. And that can be a pretty exhausting task. Trust me, we've all been there. By hour 20 to 50, you'll start to recognize some patterns with loops, arrays, and you won't feel so foreign to some of these concepts anymore. You'll start to see how they kind of work together. And by hour 50 to 100, you're going to still be struggling, but you're going to notice that you're starting to solve some problems. And things are going to start to click. Before, where some things took hours to get done, it's only going to take you 15, 20 minutes at the most. And by the time you get to hour 100, if you're smart enough to stick with it, you're going to start to have that confidence that you really need to go out and conquer the world, if you will. And really, this is all about survival of the fittest. Who's willing to work through the tough times and get to where they ultimately want to be? So now the question becomes, how do you actually survive your first 100 hours of coding? Look, believe it or not, with so many obstacles, if you're not mentally prepared for it, you can find yourself falling off and not sticking with it and achieving your dream. So the first thing you want to do is start small. Don't aim to build some big giant app that you ultimately want to build. Build a small to-do app, a counter, a calculator, a simple form, something that you can actually finish that won't require so much time and so many potential hurdles that can get you discouraged along the way. Number two, you got to track your wins. Write down every bug that you fixed or feature that you finished. Seeing progress on paper or some way can actually keep you motivated. You'll be surprised how motivated you'll see to maybe doing something as a simple tick for every 20 minutes that you actually code. You'll find yourself accumulating more ticks along the way, and eventually you'll be wanting to outdo your prior day performance. Number three, learn in public. Share your journey on TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, you name it. Accountability is going to help push you through those rough spots, right? And accountability is going to keep you good no matter what it is that you do. We all need to be held more accountable more. And I think that if we all are held accountable more to our actions, you'll start to see some changes in a lot of different phases in life. But that's a topic for another day. Number four, expect frustrations. Look, remind yourself that feeling stuck means that you're actually learning. I can't stress that enough. If you aren't frustrated, you aren't actually growing. Know yourself well enough and know when to actually take a step away, when to actually breathe, when to do something else, when to call it a day and say, hey, you know what? I ain't in the mood to kind of push through this today. Let me try this again tomorrow, or let me do something that I actually enjoy so I'm still coding, but maybe not pushing myself so much to the extent that I'm getting burnt out. And because that genuinely is a moment that you want to walk away and find something else to do and hit reset and try it again tomorrow. Look, I'm telling you, it's absolutely worth it. After you hit 100 hours, that fog, if you will, is going to start to lift and things are going to start to look much clearer. You're not going to feel so completely lost every time you run into a tough challenge. You'll know where to start looking for answers. Every extra hour that you put into solving a problem is just basically compound interest. And and concepts are going to start to click a lot faster, and then your confidence is going to grow. And I'm telling you, once your confidence starts to grow, the sky's the limit on what exactly you can get done as a developer if you're going to stick with it. As I always say, the developers that actually make it may not necessarily be the smartest, but they are the ones that figure out how to get through that first 100 hours and keep going from there. So if you're in that tough beginner phase or haven't quite put in 100 hours of coding just yet, look, hang in there, don't quit. Push through those 100 hours, and I promise you things will start to get a lot easier, and you'll start to enjoy the journey even more than you did before. Don't be afraid to write messy code. Don't get upset with yourself. Don't hold yourself to some standard that you're not quite ready to be held up to just yet. Just keep going, because once you cross that finish line, everything is going to get so much easier from that point on. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and let me know where you are in your coding journey and some tough spots that you had to actually work through in the comments. If you actually enjoyed the video, feel free to give me a like and consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next one.